In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make 4 easy protein bars. We've got a carnivore bar, an animal-based bar, a keto bar, and a dessert bar. Now for all of these recipes, I'm going to give you the ingredient quantities to make 1 bar. That way you can easily multiply the recipe depending on the size of your silicone mold. Now let's start with the carnivore bar. The ingredients are simple: ground beef, tallow, and salt. Each individual bar consists of 2 ounces of raw ground beef, so make as much ground beef that you'll need depending on how many bars you're making. You could also use ground turkey, ground bison, ground elk, ground lamb. Any kind of ground meat will work great. Then melt 2 tablespoons of beef tallow in a pan per bar. The last thing you'll need to do is blend the ground beef, tallow, and salt until it's thoroughly combined. Pour in your silicone mold, and that's it. After 5 minutes of these bars hardening in my fridge, I did pour an additional little layer of tallow on top and sprinkled some beef flour on top just for extra pizzazz points, but otherwise, these bars seriously take 10 minutes to make. I store these carnivore bars in my fridge, and they make for the most convenient ready-to-go breakfast. Or if you have a fridge at work, or if you're traveling and you have a cooler, then these bars can easily be enjoyed anywhere away from home. They make for a great midday snack or an addition to a meal. These are intended to be knockoff versions of the product carnivore bars, and these homemade bars come out tasting exactly like the product. The main difference between the at-home bars and the product is the product uses dehydrated beef, so it has a longer shelf life, whereas the at-home bars are using cooked beef, and so they do need to go in the refrigerator. But the upside with the at-home bars is they're more affordable. Now, I'll be honest, of the 4 different bars you're going to see in this video, these are my least favorite tasting bars. They do taste exactly like the original carnivore bars, which I personally prefer the honey barbecue carnivore bars. And then even still, regardless of whatever kind of carnivore bar I have, I do put honey on top of them to enhance the flavor. So likewise, I did have one of my DIY carnivore bars just plain, but in general, to me, it kind of just tastes like tallow with a hint of beef. So I added honey on top, as again, to me, the flavor of this is just pretty neutral. But if you're looking for a really clean carnivore bar, this is just beef and tallow. Again, it's not gonna taste like chocolate or anything. It is just beef and tallow, but if you add some honey on top, it tastes extra delicious. Now onto the keto bar. This keto bar is made using yogurt, chocolate beef protein powder, ghee, and chocolate element electrolytes. This recipe is the easiest as you don't even have to use a blender. Again, these are the ingredients for 1 bar. Simply put 1 tablespoon of ghee in a pan. While it's melting, scoop out 2 ounces of yogurt in a bowl. This can be non-flavored yogurt, vanilla yogurt, or what I would suggest using, coconut yogurt, as when you mix in the chocolatey ingredients, you'll almost have like an Almond Joy kind of bar. Take the melted ghee and pour it into the bowl. Then add half a scoop of chocolate protein powder. I like Equip protein powder as this brand uses super clean ingredients and is a grass-fed beef protein isolate. I'll put the link to my 15% off code in the description. Finish with half a packet of chocolate element electrolytes and mix thoroughly. Pour this mixture into your silicone mold and place it in the freezer. I then frosted mine with another tablespoon of ghee, and oh boy, these were chocolatey. Fudgy. Ooh. I want to give my gratitude to you guys for all of your support with the channel by liking the videos and leaving comments, and by using the links in the video description for the sponsors that the channel has, as I wouldn't be able to make these videos without your guys' support or without the sponsors. And I only promote products that I personally use and think would be valuable to most people. With that said, you'll find a link in the video description where you can get 8 free additional packets of all of LMNT's different flavors with any order. I drink these electrolytes each day, but I've also made so many different recipes with these electrolytes, like guacamole, popsicles, brownies, and so many other fun things. These are a really clean ingredient brand for electrolytes with no sugar, no artificial ingredients, and they taste really great. Plus, they're providing the body with more sodium, magnesium, and potassium, which these minerals can help people who are struggling with eye twitching, muscle cramping, heart palpitations, fatigue, migraines. And so if you're looking for a really clean ingredient brand for electrolytes, again, there's a link in the description, or you can use the URL drinklmnt.com/LillieKane to get 8 free additional packets of all of LMNT's different flavors. They also offer a money-back guarantee, so if you try it and you don't like it, you can get your money back. Next up, the animal-based bar. The ingredients for a single bar is 2 ounces of ground beef, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 serving of honey, and a quarter banana. Begin by cooking your ground beef. Now you can season the beef if you'd like, but I just left mine unseasoned. Then melt 2 tablespoons of butter per bar in a pan. Add both the cooked ground beef and melted butter in a blender, as well as a serving of honey, again, per bar. This is also where I'd throw in a quarter banana per bar so you could blend it into the mixture, though I wanted my bars to come out looking extra aesthetically pleasing, so I chopped up the banana bits and put them on top of the bars, and then put these bars in the fridge to harden. This is my second most favorite tasting bar. It is so good. I'm sure to some people, the thought of having ground beef, honey, and banana together sounds like a weird combination. I thought the same thing before I tried it, but I'm telling you, oh my goodness, this is just absolutely killer. Hey, don't knock it until you try it. The last bar is our dessert bar. The ingredients for one individual bar comes out to 2 ounces of milk, a half scoop salted caramel protein powder, and 40 grams of cherries. Of course, if you don't have salted caramel protein powder, I'm sure any kind of flavored protein powder will come out just as tasty. Again, a very simple recipe. Mix the milk, the protein powder, and cherries together in a blender. Now, this is an important step. When you blend the ingredients together, the agitation creates air in the mixture. And so if you were to then finish blending your thing and pour it straight into your mold right away, you're likely going to have a lot more air and foam being poured out into that bar. And the bar doesn't come out tasting bad, it's just a little bit icy. And so to avoid that, to make it more of a soft kind of bar, when you finish blending, let the mixture sit. That way the foam and the bubbles and the air can kind of settle, or you could just mix in with a fork real quick to kind of get the foam out of the equation, and then pour the mixture into the silicone mold to prevent a bunch of air bubbles and foam going into that bar. If you skip this step, it's no big deal. The bars still come out tasting thebomb.com, but if you wait until that product is more settled, then you'll have more soft bars that are just, delightful. You will need to store these dessert bars in the freezer, as the dessert bars melt faster than a snowman in an Arizona summer. But my word, these bars were phenomenal. The texture reminds me of an ice cream sandwich. It's so soft and refreshing, especially during the summertime right now. Oh my goodness, these bars were perfect. I have a whole nother set of ideas for each of these 4 bars. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, please let me know if you'd be interested in seeing another round 2 of bars without dairy. I hope you guys have a happy day, and I'll see you in the next one.